Hola, YouTube. This is probably like the 15th time I've had to do this voiceover, and despite my boredom, I'm gonna try and do it again. Um, I need to get better programs for this, so if anyone would like to give me $100 for Camtasia 7 for Mac, I'd be greatly appreciated, although I'm not expecting anything. Wink, wink. But, yeah, so I've got a new channel, and this is my first project. Yay! And when will this still end? I don't even know. So we're gonna get some battling going. It's kind of a long battle, simply because of the awesomeness that will ensue in this UU battle. So here we go. Basically, it's just a typical UU battle. Neither team had really a theme, and so I go off with Spinner, my Donphan, which doesn't actually have rapid spin. Shh, don't tell anyone. It's choice banded, which which is great, especially for a Donphan with its high attack. And so he will-o-wisp me, which is actually genius, because even with a choice band, after the Intimidate and the burn, the Earthquake is not enough to kill him. And then I go in for the next Earthquake, and he smartly switches to his wheezing, not coughing, that has Levitate, which allows it to miss. And then I go into Steel Balls, my Registeel, whose Steel Balls will touch anyone. And he goes into the flamethrower, and at this point he's probably like, yeah, he probably didn't know I had a fire move. And I was like, yep, bitch, I did. And guess what? My special defense is like awesome. So yeah, now I know he's gonna switch because he's got nothing else. I guarantee he's got flamethrower, pain split, will-o-wisp, and thunderbolt. That's what every Weezing has. So he switches off just like I predicted, and I switched too. So I get a free switch into Southpaw. And I was like, please don't have a ghost. Please don't have a ghost. Dicks, you have a ghost. And so he goes into Miss Magius, and I was like, huh, I have a Miss Magius too, but I'm not going to show her yet. And so I know it's a special attacker, because if you have a physical attacking Miss Magius, you should go drown yourself in a well. So I go into Registeel to take those special attacks I know it has, and then I get the taunt, and I was like, fuck, my fault, I didn't predict that. So now I can't rest, and I can't get all that health back, and I can't get rid of that burn, so I'm just here melting. I was like, you know what? It's got 60 base defense. Let's Iron Head and see what happens. So Thunderbolts does half to next to nothing, and I get the Iron Head, and what do you know? It does almost nothing. So I can't 2-HKO it, so that's pointless. I was like, maybe I'll save him for later. I don't really want to fodder him yet, because he's a nasty little bugger, especially when he's at full health with max attack, defense, and just crushing shit with Iron Head. So I go back into Spinner, hopefully gonna use a choice banded assurance to take him out. And so I was like, yeah, it's gonna be awesome, gonna be awesome. And I was like, I can take one of these, even though my special defense is, what the fuck, critical hit. What is this? So down goes Donphan. Made me cry a little bit. So now I go into Swallow my Swallow, and he switches out, knowing that he can't hit me with his ghost type moves, because ghosts don't like normal people. And he goes into Balto, his Arcanine, and I get burned, and he uses extreme speed, and I predicted this. And I was like, you know what, I can survive it, I'm a motherfucking Swallow. So I Brave Bird it, and down goes Balto. He won't be saving anyone from now on. And I'm glad that thing is gone, because Arcanine pretty much was the one main counter to my Registeel that I hoped I was trying to bring back. And then he goes into Donphan. What do you know? The second counter for my Registeel. And I was like, what? What is this? And it was Ice Shard. It's a giant rolling elephant. But yes, they learn Ice Shard. I think I have mine on my Donphan. I don't even know. And so now I go back into Miss Magius, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take yours out exactly the way you took mine out, with a motherfucking Shadow Ball. But mine's Choice Spect. And he lives with like -2 HP, as Hayden would say. And he gets to get off his assurance, unlike I did. But I realized that I don't even know why. I have no idea why my prostitute survived that bitch slap, but it did. And so then he goes into the Ice Shard, which unfortunately takes me out. But I've weakened Donphan enough so where I can take it out pretty easily. So I go into Leafeon, gonna try and set up, because I know he's gonna try and use Ice Shard. And everyone's like, oh, why are you gonna go into a grass Pokemon when you know he's got Ice Shard? He's gonna completely own you. I was like, you know what? No, because my defense on my Leafeon's got a sky high defense, and it's just gonna take that thing really well. And I'm just gonna get a sub up. And now that I have a sub up, the sub takes more health from me to put into the sub than the ice shard's even doing. So I'm going to have a whole extra turn to do something. So get the leech seed up. So mine's a leech, a sub-seeding Leafeon, which is not a Smogon set. You will not find it. It is concocted by Moi with help of Lunar making him. And so I get a Swords Dance off. So pretty much I'm like, yeah, this is looking pretty good for me right now. I've got a sub, I've got swords, I've got leech seeds giving me constant health, but then he rapid spins it away, and I'm like, big deal. Still got the sub, and then he ice shards it, and bye-bye sub. So I'm almost at full health. I decided to make another sub, and I figure right here, instead of getting another Swords Dance and just continuously stalling, and I know he's going to die from one Leaf Blade, because Leaf Blade is stab, it's got a high base, and he's ground type. For those that are retarded with types, grass is super effective on ground. So it's basically a death sentence for the Donphan. The Donphan goes down, and I'm boosted with twice boosted with one Swords Dance and a sub up. And then it goes and it taunts me, and I was like, I wanted to use seeds. And basically my strategy for that was I was going to get some seeds up, and then I was going to switch into Registeel. And when you switch Pokemon, if you switch Pokemon, not your opponent, leech seeds still count because they're on the opponent's Pokemon, but if the opponent switches, they go away. So I was going to switch to Registeel, get the seeds, and then rest before he taunts, and I'd be able to use him again. But that's not going to happen, so I use the one attack I have on the set, Leaf Blade, and with a Swords Dance boost is able to take it out. And then he goes into Wheezing, and this worries me because it's got Flamethrower, and Leafeon's special defense is trash, so I'm not going to stick in there any longer, even if I've got a Swords Dance boost, because that is a defensive wall, and I know it can take one, because it would be not very effective. So I go into Southpaw the Ambipom, and I give it a Fake Out right in the face, and it's like, oh shit, man. It flinches there, and then I get a Last Resort, thanks to Lunar. This set is genius with the Last Resort. Last Resort works in the way that you have to use every move in your move set at least once before you can use that. You can use Last Resort, hence it's the Last Resort, the last move you're going to be using. And so what you do is you only give the Ambipom 2 moves. You get Fake Out and Last Resort, which I'm sure people are wondering, like, well, what are you going to do against Ghosts? I'll tell you what you do against Ghosts. You fucking switch. That's what you do. And so then he goes into Sleepyhead as Uxie, and Last Resort does a lot, but then the Thunderbolt's going to kill me off, because that thing's got a high defense. So now I'm down to Leafeon and Registeel, and it's down to Uxie and some unknown Pokemon. So he U-turns, so I'm like, didn't call that. I mean, I called that. Guess what? This kid's like Wild Chase. Just kidding. He only had one Pokemon that used U-turn, not 6. And so he goes into Absol, Disaster. What else are you going to name your Absol? It's the Disaster Pokemon, I mean, right? It's completely original. Not. And so I have my Leafeon out, and I get seeds, and then I put the sub up. And so now I'm going to get some motherfucking seeds from this bitch. I'm going to be healing while my sub is up, taking his stab Night Slash, which I think he's Choice Banded. I'm not sure, because he wasn't taking Life Orb damage. And then I give him one last slash in the kisser with the Leaf Blade, and that will put him down after seeds. And comment, rate, subscribe. Have fun with the rest of your YouTube shit. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Fuck. Since when was Uxie still alive? Okay, so Uxie's still alive, and I've got Leafeon, and he Thunderwaves me, and that doesn't really matter because I Leaf Bladed you yesterday. So I get the seeds up because I seeded again. I get some more health, and I'm basically sapping him dry with my seeds. And I'm just going to sit here taking his very weak U-turns, and I guess I set up a sub because I wanted to be a dick. I mean, just sitting there with that little stuffed animal getting killed by a little stuffed animal is pretty embarrassing, especially if you're an Uxie that's like half asleep. So it's half asleep, slamming its head into me, and my sub still doesn't break after 2 U-turns. That is just how bro I am. Even though it's super effective, my defense is just amazing. And so I Leaf Blade it, it dies. Thank you. Now you can comment, rate, subscribe, and have fun with the rest of your YouTube shit. See ya.